Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. And I just covered up the volume, whatever. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey.
Yep. So should I talk with my radio announcer voice the entire live stream?
You can.
Hello. Also, I should laugh like an evil scientist. Okay, let's see. So we got Blaine and Dennis and Betsy are here. Dennis says, I'm back. Took a much needed nap. Oh, I want to take a nap.
I'm taking a nap too.
I just had Keto Chow chocolate peanut butter ice cream from my Ninja Creamy. I need to turn down the gain a little bit on the thing because it
with
is.
Your announcer voice.
That is correct. Okay. Whoa.
He said with eight tablespoons of fresh heavy whipping cream as a last minute add-in.
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
awesome.
So there we go. I'm not clipping anymore. Okay. Meg says, I remember the chats. Now I usually forget. You know, when I do the chat with Two Crazy Ketos and with Watch Autumn on the computer that I've been using lately, it takes 5 minutes for the chat to load. It is so weird. I don't know what's going on.
Beginning?
Yeah, like when I first connect up, there's something weird going on.
Oh no.
Anyway. Betsy says, what's the shortest time anyone has made it creamy after putting it in the freezer? I've done it 12 hours after putting it in, and it turned out pretty liquid.
It's pretty liquid. We did one just overnight, and we started with kind of cold stuff, and it really would have been better overnight and the day. Like, it's like 2 days seems to be better, but it also depends on how fast your freezer freezes.
Yep. Dennis says he's tried 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
Randy's on, Betsy says, okay. Let's see. Randy says today is day 22 of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and day 2 of beef, butter, bacon, eggs, and Keto Chow.
How are you feeling,
nice.
Randy?
Randy tried Irish cream. It's pretty good.
Nice.
And they say it tastes like butter brickle, which I'm with Debbie. I've never had butter brickle, so I don't know.
Butter brickle before, or butter brickle flavored things.
Yep.
No, but I think
Paula says hello from Florida. That's a FL with an exclamation mark.
yeah,
it's not fly.
FLI. Although it's far enough away, it's a little bit hard to read.
True. Becca says good evening all. Lynette says why hello my friends.
Hello.
Meg says hello bears. Shauna says hello Chris and Miriam.
Hi.
Stwong says good evening. Suzanne says hello everyone. Rachel says hey Chris and Miriam, watching from Charlotte,
Rachel.
North Carolina.
Oh, we've been there. It's so pretty.
Charlotte? Have we been to Charlotte? Is that where we went? Yeah. I keep on forgetting what
What
was it
cities were
Charlotte?
called?
Was it Charlotte?
Just say yes.
Okay, sure. Anyway, Mary Jo says, good evening. Shauna says, Miriam sounds like she's in a closet. Do you have it on the outside?
That's how this is where I usually put it, like this.
Okay.
Away from you. So
Well, I tend to project
if I turn
my
to
insecurities.
you, then my sound sometimes goes away, so I have to turn to myself.
Turn
I don't know how to
around.
make it better.
Mike says hello.
I'm sorry.
Maya says hey y'all. Let's see, Teresa is on, so is Key says hi.
Hi,
Key. Dennis says hello bears. Tried peely nuts in my Irish cream ice cream, a work in
Ooh,
progress.
That sounds yummy.
Well, it says it's hard to hear Miriam.
Okay. Well, maybe my mic isn't on. Yeah.
It wasn't on? Did you turn it off?
Nope. Let's see if it works in a second.
Okay.
It's hard to hear me when I'm whispering. Is that better, guys?
All right. People saying they can't hear you. Maya says evening challenge. You think Chris and Miriam turned way down on purpose? Probably.
Quiet woman.
Let's see.
Oh, look, Elizabeth nailed it on the head. Your voice sounds like her mic is not turned on.
Okay. Well, at least I have the noise cancellation. I'm not using that anymore, or else you wouldn't have been able to hear her at all.
Yeah.
We did the behind the scenes video.
That turned out awful.
And I was
I'm
like, you know
sorry.
what? I'm going to reevaluate my life choices as far as noise cancellations
Yeah,
go.
we pretend like we're professionals,
No.
but we're not.
Stolling says, just finished pumpkin spice caramel keto chow plus egg coffee for dessert.
Ooh, nice.
Sandra says, I'm missing keto chow big time. I'm sick, so I can't taste.
Sandra, I'm sorry.
Let's
Rest
see.
and heal and get better.
Synergy says, hi from Central Florida. Christina's on from Bellingham, Washington.
Ooh, that's a cool place.
Well, let's see. Becca says, I'm sick too, Sandra.
Oh,
and just about the
Becca,
only thing I can taste are
sorry.
gingerbread or pumpkin spice keto chow.
Well, that's good.
I got gingerbread
That's
right
good.
here.
Tell us if you can hear me better, because we're just
Well, we're
kind
not
of
up there
behind
yet.
on the comments, but let us.
Jerry says, Charlotte, North Carolina, went to a delicious Brazilian meat joint there.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Linda says, odd question. Are some of the bulk scoop cups different sizes?
They are. The chocolate is different, and the chocolate peanut butter is different. Also, the savories are different sizes.
Yes.
Because what we made them the size that they would be so that they would fit. Okay, so it's right here on the bottom, you can't see right here, but it says 45G,
Yeah.
45 grams. Not every Keto Chow flavor is the same. It's all within, 40 to 50 grams, so they're all pretty close.
It's like the pirate code, you know? It's within a couple percentage points.
Yes, but we made the scoops as close as this number as we can be.
Yep.
So the chocolate has more in it because it has the chocolate powder. The peanut butter has the peanut flour, which is bigger, and so that also is bigger. And then the savories are also different amounts. So.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Lots of people talking. Okay, Miriam says, a lot better.
Okay, great. Sorry.
Linda says, hi from Ohio.
Hi. We usually check the mics before we start, but he put the little screen in front of it and couldn't
Well,
see.
the thing is, maybe I didn't turn yours on.
Yeah, and I didn't even check it because I just put it on. My fault.
And the thing was, it was still making the thing go.
Yeah, and if he was quiet and I was talking, we probably would have noticed it didn't move, but we
It's
weren't.
true. Okay.
attention.
Everyone is so much happier with your performance now.
Thank you.
Kathy says, good evening, everyone. As far as Kathy knows, Miriam has always sounded good.
That's right, Kathy.
Let's see. Adrienne says, I just finished some pina colada.
Ooh, I
Maya
love
says, I had
pina
warm
colada.
caramel with a spoonful of chocolate. Nice.
Spoonful of chocolate.
Let's see.
Go
Synergy says guava grapefruit tastes great. I used to get grapefruit fresh from friends and relatives' trees and miss
nice.
that, but Keto Chow is a great treat.
Yes.
It's funny, the two Crazy Ketos did their unboxing of the myCHOW surprise kit, and Rachel was talking quite a bit about how she was so surprised that she liked guava grapefruit
Yeah,
as much
I
as she
actually
did.
really like it too. I like it a lot. I like it as ice cream.
Oh, Michelle says, sad. I ordered my myCHOW on the 1st, and it won't be here until Friday.
Oh, that is sad.
Now, that brings up an interesting thing.
I was probably going to say the same thing you were going to say.
Go
Do you
for
want
it.
to say
No,
it?
you go for it.
Okay, maybe if he says something different, you'll hear another thing. We did have some questions. We made it so that you could donate to Travis's fundraiser on the checkout page, and people were wondering if they subscribed to myCHOW, if that was going to charge again. And we figured out that it will not, so you don't have to worry about being charged extra for your next subscription. It'll just be the regular price. But thank you so much for the donation.
Yes.
Is that what you're going to say?
No, it was not. So, what I was going to say is yesterday when we came in to look at the orders, there were a lot of orders. And not all of them got shipped out. We tend to ship almost, it's like 40% of our orders ship on Mondays, which is kind of funny.
And so sometimes it's hard if it comes in on the weekend to get it out on Monday.
Well, it's January and everybody is recommitting to their health and fitness goals. So there was a preponderance of orders. They didn't get everything out yesterday or today.
Yeah, but they should have got yesterday's orders out
now.
today and then just today's orders.
Yep.
Some of them will go out tomorrow. So I'm sorry that it's not going to be here till Friday.
Andrew says, I'm on the sick side as well. I went from a med change and being nauseated to a huge cold.
Are you serious? You're like so ready to feel better, and then just kidding.
Just kidding.
I'm sorry, Andrew.
On the other hand, I got like an upper respiratory tract infection. That was not COVID. I have never
He's had
tested positive.
so many COVID tests. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's like every day, I'm going for my daily COVID
Yeah,
test.
here we go. Last time I went, which was on Saturday, on New Year's Day, it took 2.5 hours.
Yeah, don't go on a day after
Anyway.
Christmas or New Year's. He did both.
I did. No, it was the day before Christmas. Day before Christmas. Anyway, I had an upper respiratory tract infection. It was probably just a common cold, but there was enough of stuff in my lungs. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning cleaning up.
I heard it.
And I just sat
just
there.
coughed
I
for
should
like
have just
2
gone
hours.
into the bathroom and coughed for
You should have.
3
You should have
hours.
just taken a bath, coughed in there.
Anyway, Jeremy says, good evening. Can hear
Good
you much better.
evening. Thank you,
Nice.
Jeremy. Glad you're here.
Stephanie says hello from cold Indiana.
Ooh.
Brooklyn says hi everyone. I was just dealing with dogs.
Oh, dealing with
dogs.
dogs. Are they cute dogs?
That's a good name for a heavy metal band.
Yeah, dealing
Suzanne
with
says
dogs.
feeling better soon, all you sick peeps.
Yeah.
And it says the scoops got mixed up when I put them in the storage containers. Ah, okay. So
Well, you can just hold them up. Almost all of them are the same, but chocolate peanut butter, and the
And
savories.
savories.
The savories are like skinnier and longer, and then the peanut butter is the biggest, and then the chocolate's just a little bit bigger than the rest. So if you hold them
Yep.
all up, then you should be able to tell.
also
one's which.
one important point. If you have a kitchen scale, I would recommend trying the scoop and see how it compares.
Yeah, with this number.
Well, this won't have a number. I mean, they have the big bag, and on the nutrition panel, it tells you
yeah, well-
what the serving size is.
And it'll say
Right here.
45
Yeah.
grams or whatever right there.
But because
That's what I'm
different
saying.
people pack it differently. Miriam consistently doesn't pack hers enough.
I've been doing
you've
better
gotten
the
better?
last
Okay.
like year or so. I'm just a little bit lazy, and I'm like, whoop. And
Yeah, you have to pack it
actually,
really good.
I've been packing it and like letting it heap a little bit lately. The last,
And we do get
while.
the question fairly often, hey, why does the sample taste different from the big bag? And most of the time when that happens, it's because the sample is measured specifically and it's really close to the exact serving size. But depending on how you pack the scoop, it may or may not be right. You may be only at 85
which
or
would make
90%.
the flavor not as strong. And so
Yes.
that's probably what's happening typically, which I never cared about. I just
Yep.
don't care.
So, yeah, if you have tried flavors of Keto Chow in the individual packets and then you try it in the large bags and you're like, this doesn't taste the same, try
That
weighing
might
it.
be why.
Just do a scoop, weigh it, and see how close it comes.
You're like, oh, I actually do need to pack that.
And then
okay.
reevaluate your life choices.
Or you think you're packing it, but then when you pick it up, like there's a little corner in the bottom that's like complete air. So
You're like, "Aw,
that's
man."
what I typically would do. And I really have been doing a lot better, for a long time. But I would do it, and then there would be a corner, the whole corner of the bottom that was just completely empty, and I'm like, oh, that's my 25% right
Yep.
there that it's not in there. So
All right, there you go.
yeah, good question.
Mike says, I never had this problem because I never live stream. Joe and Rachel did a live stream on Monday. It does not matter how experienced you are
It's
with
so
live
crazy.
streams.
There's always something wrong.
You can have a backup internet connection.
Yep.
You can have so much experience and be ready to go,
Complete all equipment to trade out.
and
Different microphone.
doesn't matter.
Different camera.
Anyway,
Sometimes stuff just doesn't work right.
Jada Dog wants to know what the stock status is of gingerbread.
Oh,
Let's find out together.
Look that out.
Let's look that out.
Look at that.
Okay, here we
Look that
go.
up.
Gingerbread. Oh, we're close to a third.
Yeah.
And are you third?
No. Yeah, I imagine it'll run out in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Elizabeth says I put Lily's Cocoa Chili in GG ice cream.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. GB says, "Hi, howdy. I was trying to go to sleep early. It didn't happen.
Oh, well, you
but
can
we're
hang
glad
out
we're
with
here.
us.
I can monologue a little bit.
That's
We
right.
can have science class with Mr. Bear.
My face where the bear is.
And you'll nerd. And then you'll be like, oh, I'm so tired, falling asleep.
I know. What can you tell her about?
No, I'm going to catch up on comments.
Oh.
Maya says, I was shocked when I like grapefruit too. 70 says, is the big bag the same flavor for all the surprise boxes? So, now, okay, so what Stephanie
about
is
myCHOW,
asking
right?
about is, so myCHOW.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. So,
Did you notice those are different color backgrounds?
I did.
They're so cute.
Okay, so when you go to choose the myCHOW kit, you have the option of I'll choose my flavors, or there's the surprise kit. If you choose you're going to do the surprise kit, you have the option. By the way, make sure there's still a problem with this. You need to select that to save 20%.
So
We're working on that.
lame.
You have the option of the 20 meal that has no big bags and 20 of the individuals. 30, which has one big bag and 9 of the individuals. 60, which has 2 and 18. And the 90, which has 3 and 27. Now, the one that's the 3, as far as I'm aware, it's all 3 of the big bags are different flavors.
Wait.
There's not 3 of the same big bag.
You mean in the 90?
In the 90.
Sorry.
And in the 60, there's not 2 of the same big bag. So, but between the 30, the 60, and the 90, I think one of the 90s is the same as this in the 30. It's kind of like the 30 is the base, the 60 is a superset. It's like stuff is added onto it.
Yes.
And the 90, stuff is added onto
So
it.
then the 1, 2, and 3 would each have, the first bag would be the same
Yep.
flavor. Then the second bag would be a different
And then with the
flavor,
20
but then
meal,
the third would be.
with 20 meal, it's 20 of the individual packets. And that's one of the, now with the surprise myCHOW kit, it does come, like it says, well, nope, not in there. Where does the,
It's new
where's
since, it's new since we looked at it.
oh my gosh.
They're updating it.
It's
Our
supposed to have a
team.
thing that says,
Experts.
hey, it comes with the recipe cards. But the recipe cards aren't necessarily going to match the flavors that are in your myCHOW kit. Because if you got the 20 meal, well, you're not getting one of the big ones. And if you got the 60, you're getting all this other stuff. So, anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to be exactly perfect. But the nice thing about Keto Chow is the recipes are, you can use a lot of different flavors for the same recipes. Like
Yep.
you can use for the chocolate toffee cookies, you can do caramel, raspberry, strawberry, any of the chocolates. Like it's amazing how many recipes go well with the other flavors.
And on the main page for the myCHOW kit, there are some pretty good frequently asked questions that answer most of the questions that we've got.
If you want to know, those are FAQs of Chris monologuing.
Yes. Especially this, do you have a 30-minute in-depth video that shows all the order options and can walk me through myCHOW? Yes, we do.
He's so funny.
I am hilarious
He thinks
to
he's so
myself.
funny.
Cindy says, good evening, you guys. I couldn't resist my hot chocolate peanut butter nightcap tonight. Second day of BBB E. I just had to have a Keto Chow fix. Let's see. Maitreya also wanted a gingerbread
Hi,
update.
Jessica.
Jessica says, good evening. Oh, it's still in New Mexico,
Oh,
waiting on
repair.
repair.
Oh, man.
She says, does anyone use cream cheese for fat in ice cream?
Oh, I haven't done it in ice cream, but I'm sure there's somebody who has. So give it a try and let us know.
Christy Davis of Keto Village had talked about doing that.
Probably, yeah.
Actually, I think she had used powdered cream cheese,
I
which
think she's
does
done
have more
both.
carbs, by the way.
So
Yeah.
she's done everything. She's amazing. Keto Village.
Yep. And that actually brings us to an interesting thing. It's her birthday coming up, right?
This month.
And she's recommending that people donate to Travis's
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
For her birthday. That was cute.
Yeah.
That's
So
cute.
if you don't know what we're talking about, here at the top of our site, there's a little thing that will take you over to the page about Travis and his daughter and his mom, who both have cancer right now.
Yep. So they're going through treatments, and he works for us. He's one of our customer service champions. He's so amazing, and he has his own keto story too. It's been so awesome to get to know him and everything. He's only worked for us for, I don't know, 6-8 months or something like that, and he's been on keto for 3.5 or so years.
Yeah.
And he's completely changed his life around. He loves it. He's just doing so amazing. But we really want to help him, and so that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, we're sponsoring a fundraiser for him. You can just donate directly to Emma's fundraiser, which was $5,000 lower last time I looked at it.
Yeah, that's.
Or if you purchase anything from Keto Chow on January 7th, so this Friday, 10% of that will go to Travis and his family.
Yep.
There's also a donate box that Miriam was talking about earlier.
Oh, yes.
That is on the checkout.
And so if you do subscribe and you do donate at the same time as your subscription, it won't recur. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yep. Adrienne says, does Dr. Ballerstedt have a YouTube channel? Yes, he does.
I think he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't know, but if you go to grassbasedhealth.com, it'll take you over, or you just search for grass-based health.
Or the Sod Father.
Yeah. Now, you did spell Ballerstedt right.
Good job.
And if you search for Dr. Ballerstedt on YouTube,
that's a weird
that's
enough
the
name.
hardest part.
If you type that in there, you will find him.
Yep. It took me probably 6 or 7 tries to get his name right.
Yeah, I learned
But now
how
I
to
got it
spell
every time.
We got this.
Heath is here. Says, hey, yo, sorry I'm late. We were recording day 6 of our low-carb cruise video series.
Cool.
Nice. Let's see. Maya says, oh, that reminds me. Marie says, gingerbread plus lemon meringue is a yummy combo. Did 50-50. Next time we'll do 75-25 mix so that the gingerbread is stronger. Had it as pudding today. And I have a couple in the freezer, though.
Nice.
That brings up one of the things we wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Someone wanted to know, can you mix 2 or more flavors of Keto Chow together?
Oh, yes.
And what are some popular combinations?
We have had so much fun making combos. So I think my favorite is what we call Butterfinger, which is chocolate toffee and chocolate peanut butter mixed together. It's so good.
I actually have a Flavor Hacks page.
Yes. Do you want to put that into the chat so we can see? And these are just some that we've found along the way. And a lot of people have submitted to us. So if you have other flavor hacks, we're happy to put them on there.
I kind of like the
Butterfinger
one, which is chocolate peanut butter and chocolate toffee.
That's exactly what I already said.
Yeah. Well, I'm reiterating.
Oh, okay.
Allow me to reiterate again.
You like it.
Yes.
Yes. Speaking of delicious Butterfinger, we forgot when we were talking about Travis. This Friday is the 7th.
Yes.
And that's when we said that a percentage of our sales is going to go for him. But we also want to encourage everybody to move for Emma and Dee. And so run, walk, get on the treadmill, push-ups, pull-ups, burpees. Really just
you hate burpees and they hate you too, just so you know.
Actually, that's on my workout for tomorrow is 20 burpees. Anyway, we are going to be moving for Travis or for Emma
yep.
and Dee on the 7th. And so we're actually putting a lot in our stories right now on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, and you can see some of the exercises we're doing. You don't have to do like a huge crazy workout, but go outside, take a little walk, post, and then do hashtag ToughLikeEmma, hashtag StrongLikeD, and then we'll be able to see it, and then Travis will know that he's getting some love. So.
Yep. I think I might actually feel good enough tomorrow that I might be able to lift weights.
Nice.
I think I just heard the chickens squawking.
I did hear the chickens also.
Oreo is so funny. Anyway, Debbie says, prayers, please. Found out my son has COVID. The rest of the family is going to be tested tomorrow. I'm feeling fine, so debating whether to go get tested or not.
Yeah.
Wow. Maya says, hey, Chris, given the origin story of the Keto Chow name, I wanted to ask you if you, like me, every time you hear Omicron, or do you think Barassia ate? There's a video on YouTube that's how to say Omicron or Omicron the Star Trek way, and they just have one after another episode or clip from Star Trek, and it's said differently like every single time. It's hilarious.
Really? I
Yeah.
want to see that.
Well, because it's a Greek letter, so it shows up a lot in Star Trek.
Okay.
Mike says, COVID is just an uncommon cold. Patty says, now that someone has done a myCHOW surprise box unboxing, we know what's in it.
Yep.
Will the contents be the same all month?
Yep, all month they'll be the same.
So it's kind of like if you see an unboxing of, say, Keto Crate or one of those. That yes, if you order the box within the month of December? No.
January.
January. You will get the January box. And then if the order recurs or you place a new order in February. Starting February 1st until
You'll
the
get
end of the month.
February box.
You will get the February box. And everyone gets the same one. Jessica says, hi, everyone.
Hi,
Andrew says,
Jessica.
I went last Friday because my son-in-law tested positive and didn't have a cold, and woke up Monday with one. I had to test at work.
Oh.
Meg says the pumpkin sausage soup is the soup for this week. During the
I think
winter,
that's a
I make a
good
big
soup.
pot
Pot
oh my God,
of
soup.
soup.
You eat it all week. Cold weather and hot soup go hand in hand.
That's
and
such a
that
great
pumpkin
idea.
sausage soup is freaking
Why am I not
fantastic.
making a pot
I don't
of soup
know.
every week? Totally gonna do that.
Kevin says, hi all. Keto 3 years and newest to Keto Chow. Loving it so
hi,
far.
Kevin.
Great and creamy. Raspberry cheesecake arrives on Friday. Can't wait.
I'm
Awesome.
so glad you popped in to say hi. It's nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Let's see. Going down. GGB says, Miriam, I have a flavor idea. Blackberry. My all-time most favorite ice cream is a soft serve blackberry custard.
Yeah, that sounds
It
good.
would make an amazing ice cream in the
It
Ninja.
would. Totally
That'd be
would.
interesting.
We have not tested blackberry before.
I don't think we ever have.
Challenge
Alan says,
accepted.
hello, everyone. Shauna says, I've been patient all
Hi,
year,
Alan.
so 4 days. Any news yet on caramel macchiato? Unfortunately, no.
That's true. You have been patient all year.
Megan asked about that, and I didn't see an update on it.
Bummer. We'll let you know.
I'm
when
still
we
trying
find
to talk
stuff
in my
out.
radio announcer voice, though. Christy Davis says, blackberry would be awesome. I'm still holding out for blueberry cheesecake.
Oh, I know that would be awesome too, huh?
Let's see. Shauna says, Joe has backups for his backups.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Rick one likes the idea of blackberry. I would also like to see papaya. Brian says, have you ever considered creating a standalone coffee creamer product? Most coffee creamers have unhealthy ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I
but
think there are a few that people.
A lot of people
like
just-
the Kai2 creamer.
yeah, but I
think
mean,
there's
a
good.
lot of people just put Keto Chow into
yeah.
their coffee, just straight up the powder, and really enjoy it that way. Joe and Rachel have been doing that with chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah, in fact,
their coffee.
at trade shows when we go, typically in the morning, you don't have people coming to sample because they're trying to get in to
Yes,
see the
see the-
talks.
yeah.
And they've all have their coffees. And so we're like, hey, would you like creamer in that? And everybody just loves it. So it's delicious.
Jessica wants to know where we live. We live in Utah, although I usually refer to it as Utah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, yeah, I do. This is the first time that I've caught you on Facebook. I'm always catching you at the tail end of you guys on YouTube.
Well, I'm so glad
Yes,
you're here.
we are in the Mountain Time Zone, along with 6% of the U.S. population. 48% of the U.S. population lives in the Eastern Time Zone.
But what was it you were looking up today? We have 3 million people that live in Utah,
Yeah,
right? So
well, it's like 3.5, which is
something, right?
That's a suburb of Los Angeles. Stephanie says, do you have to subscribe to the egg protein powder? No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
Nope.
It's an option for an add-on with your myCHOW kit, or it can be a subscription. I think.
Actually, it's not available as a standalone subscription
you're right.
unless you order the myCHOW kit right now.
Yes.
Because we only have a limited quantity for the first
Oh,
batch.
you're right. We're not going to have that forever. So we'll see.
Yeah, once we get the second batch, we'll make it available.
Make it a subscription.
And we'll have it on Amazon at that point, too.
Yep, you can just buy it by itself if you
Yep.
want. That's fine.
Maria says, hi, everyone.
Maria.
So a really cool thing happened. I had to go pick up a prescription for my daughter. I got to talking to a young lady in line who mentioned she was looking for a good protein shake. Hey, hey.
Perfect. You're like, I know one.
Yeah. Well, this is Good Evening Chow Hounds. My surprise kit has shipped and should be here by Saturday.
Yay.
Nice. Let's see. Shauna says, I'm pretty sure I'm covered with single flavors for just about any recipe card.
Yeah, you probably are.
Yeah, and Maria says,
got
I
this.
suggested she check out Keto Chow. She did and immediately ordered a starter kit.
Yay.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best.
Betsy says, is it really a deal? Is this really a deal as good as flavor of the week? So,
It's actually better because it's a deeper discount. So the flavor of the week was 10%. the myCHOW is 15% or 20%.
20% if you get the surprise one. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think the only difference is you couldn't get just a single bag, and this one has the multiple, but you could get the 20, and it's actually a better price.
Well, the 20 ends up being
week.
$80 if you get the 20% off for the myCHOW surprise kit.
Yep, and we did have, this came up a little bit too, we have had Go Packs, which we played with for a while, and we may or may not bring those back. And those were a very special discounted price for specific flavors.
When they were the flavor of the week.
So you may be remembering, like, the Go Packs were cheaper than this. Well, that totally makes sense. That was the case. But we don't have Go Packs anymore, and if we have them in the future, we will let you know.
Rhonda's here, but I didn't see her say hi.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
Hi, Rhonda.
Sorry, Rhonda. I missed your comment and I can't find it.
Every once in a while, it just doesn't come in.
Anyway, Rhonda says
Or
the
it comes
batter
in
was
weirdly.
silkier and fluffier, and I made more things with one batch. 1 to 4 slice loaves, small pizza. She's probably talking about PSMF bread. Rachel says, can we switch 1 month with a surprise kit and then pick our own the next month? So what you would do in that case is you can set them up with a delivery schedule that's every 2
every
months.
other month. Yeah.
And you can also, once you've created a subscription, you can actually go in and edit it and change when the next charge date is.
Yeah. It's so awesome. So then you essentially would have 2 subscriptions, and you'd have one that would come this month and then one that would come the next month. And they would just have different, you could change the dates to whatever you want.
You can indeed. And
really cool.
The aforementioned, do you have, let's see, it was on, let's say shop, subscriptions. This little FAQ that says, do you have a 30-minute in-depth video? In this video, we actually walk through all of that. And it is a very intensive video showing all the stuff. And a lot of people are like, oh, this is kind of confusing. No, it's just that we walk through everything. So it's a lot more involved than it. We did a shorter one. It actually says on here, we also have a shorter 8-minute video that doesn't go into quite as much detail.
Yeah, because we changed like every single option in that long video so that you could see how to change it. And the other one is just like, oh, you could do this and then you're done.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah.
Mike says he had raspberry cheesecake with real cream cheese in the Ninja ice cream
Perfect.
today.
There you go.
Nice.
Thank you, Mike, for sharing that.
Patty says, I've had cream cheese with raspberry cheesecake going into the freezer tonight. Yes. Nice. GGB says, okay, wrong stream per se, but beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, when it's eat 1 gram of protein per pound to goal weight, is that of your choosing, or is that the dumb BMI chart number? I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, I wonder if they're saying that, the 1-to-1, like Bronson was saying.
Well, I can tell you, so KrazyKetos put out a video a couple days ago going into in-depth discussion about what they're doing with the beef, butter, bacon, eggs, and Keto Chow for January. And they are, one of the things they're trying to do is to get 1 gram of protein per pound of
lean
ideal body weight.
Okay, ideal body weight.
Like if you want to be 180 pounds or 130 pounds, like that is your goal weight and you think you can actually achieve that, have that much protein per day.
Yeah.
At a minimum, and then have fat to be satiety and all that other fun stuff.
Yeah.
Your protein is very important, and a lot of people on a ketogenic diet do not get enough protein. And in the past, there's been this fear that, okay, there's a thing called gluconeogenesis. We won't get into it, but it just means that your body, if it needs glucose,
is going to make some
glucose. It's a demand-driven thing. It's not a supply-driven thing. And your body can make this glucose out of protein. It can also make it from the glycerol that makes a triglyceride that makes up every fat that you have. So if you're eating, say, a tablespoon of butter, that has the glycerol in it that your body can make into glucose if it needs
to.
it.
Because a lot of people too, when you first say keto, they say, "Oh, you need glucose for your brain." Well, yeah, your body
Yeah, guess
makes
what?
that. Your body makes
Otherwise,
that.
our ancestors would have died a long time ago. So there's been historically, a lot of people have had a fear about having too much protein and that would make them stop producing ketones and a bunch of other stuff. Dr. Benjamin Bickman, back in 2018, I believe.
Oh, it might have been 2017.
He gave a talk at Breckenridge. If you search for Bickman, B-I-K-M-A-N, Breckenridge, you'll find it right off.
Yeah.
Where he very clearly explains that you don't need to fear protein. And he actually just did a video.
Yeah.
Yesterday or today.
We put it on our stories.
Yes, talking about how important protein is. And if you don't have enough protein on a ketogenic diet, your hair will start to fall out, your nails will get brittle.
Or on a not ketogenic
Or
diet.
on any diet, yes. The most likely outcome from, or you're more likely to have a bad reaction from protein from not having enough compared to having too much.
Yes.
It's actually very difficult to get too much protein because your body kind of says, no, I'm
full.
done.
I'm not doing that.
Anyway, okay, you got me monologuing.
You sly dog. You got me monologuing.
All right, so Patty says I'm also going to try pumpkin spice with cream cheese and the creamy tomorrow.
Oh, yum.
MJ says there's a big snow event in Virginia about 10 inches. Wow.
That's awesome.
Stephanie says the recipe card box for $32. That includes all the recipe cards that you've had so far.
Those recipes are totally different. There's 20 recipes. They're totally different than any of the recipe cards that we put out in any other boxes.
Yeah, they only come as part of that box.
That's where they are. And it's not like you've never seen them before because a lot of the recipes are on the site. So there are some that are on the site that you can find that are recipe cards, but those recipe cards you haven't received unless you buy the recipe card box or have got the Chow Club that had the recipe box in it.
Is this guy right here. So, why is that not loading today?
It's so tiny.
We're having all sorts of fun with this website tonight. Anyway, yeah, it does have 21 recipe cards plus 12 of our top flavor hacks that we were actually talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
The different combinations. So, yeah, those, they're new. We're also working on getting the different packs of recipe cards that we released in the past.
Yeah, and putting them on the site.
On the site so that you can buy them individually as like, oh, okay, I didn't get this one, so I'm going to buy that one. Anyway. Patty says the creamy recipe book has a cream cheese as part of the base recipe. Figured it would be fabulous with
Oh,
Keto
yeah. Give that a try.
Marie says, find out yesterday my daughter has COVID. Oh, that's sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Debbie says, what happens if I use Keto Chow money to pay for something on Friday? Does the full money amount still get the 10% for Emma? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a gift card, or rather the new rewards system that we have.
Yeah, it's essentially a gift card. Yeah.
Yep, it's just money. Where would I get this saved money? That's
Save it.
That's from a Saturday Night Live skit. Don't buy stuff you can't afford. Now, what if I had the money for it? You can buy it. No, take the money away. Nope. I'm confused.
But I want it. Yeah. Do you have the money? No. Then you can't buy it.
Synergy says, I think I talked with Travis once when I called in. I remember being impressed. He was very nice, keeping his family in person.
He's so nice.
He is nice.
Such a genuine person.
Let's see. Leanne says, good evening, everyone. I've been off keto and have to get back on my shakes ASAP. They were good for me.
Yep.
I remember
We're rooting for you.
Blue says, I noticed the price per serving decreases with the bigger myCHOW kits. Now I just need someone to order the 90-day and do a reveal to figure out if I want 3 big bags. The reason why the price per serving goes down is because the big bags always have a better price per serving than the individuals.
Yep. So, good point. No.
Yep.
Nice noticing that.
Jerry says, I think my Keto Chow, if I drink my Keto Chow too quickly, I totally get the burpees.
That's funny.
Blue says, yeah, burpees hate everyone.
Right.
Shauna says, I can't Instagram for a while. I got hacked and I can't get it to stop.
Oh,
man.
no.
Did you enable two-factor authentication?
We're going to go down the rabbit hole.
No, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole. But I would recommend using two-factor authentication on every account that you have.
And it's way easier than it used to be because you can get it texted to your phone. Even just a few years ago, it was a lot harder. But now pretty much every site has two-factor authentication available, and you can just get it. You can just get it texted right to your phone, and then you can easily just put that in, and it's a small number, so you can remember. It's not super difficult. Do it, even though it takes some time.
Okay. Radical Geek says, I saw that Star Trek video. It was very funny. Let's see, Synergy is going to have to look for that. GGB says, my husband keeps asking how I magically know what strain is coming next. Hello, I was in sorority 20 years ago. List of things you never forget. The alphabet.
Yeah.
Mike says they call it the cron. Let's see, Jerry says my Zupas Toscana soup was absolutely delicious. Posted my recipe on Facebook. Patty loved it too.
Oh, I'm so glad. That sounds awesome.
GGB says, Miriam, I'm happy to quality control any samples for you. Blackberry.
Okay, I'll send some. Get ready.
Rickwin says, I learned the Greek alphabet and the military letters when I was working in computers. It was the easiest way to read serial numbers out loud for someone to register.
Yes.
I always throw random stuff. I'm like,
you can't think of
Albert.
Random stuff.
I was going to say Adolf, but K like
Kate.
Kick. Lots of people voting for blackberry and blueberry. Jerry says, any word on the chocolate peanut butter big bags?
We should actually be getting those fairly soon. We are not sure, though, when.
I think they said they're going to be packaging them next week. I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Cynthia says, that's what I do. A scoop of Keto Chow, butter, and coffee. Maya says, has anyone tried vanilla in coffee? I have a few packets of these up. Lots of people have.
Yeah, try it.
Rhonda says, I only use Keto Chow and eggs in my coffee too. No more sweeteners? Yeah, so delicious.
Nice.
Let's see. Mike says Nevada has 3.1 million now.
Ooh. We have more people than they do.
Laylee says, I was working with a group of people last week and it came up that I was keto, and when they were ordering lunch for everyone, 2 of them had tried it in the past and were very intrigued with my commitment. I brought a stack of Keto Chow with me when I was staying on property for a few days. They both wanted to look at it and went to the website. I left them 2 packets and I had left my last day. Key lime and guava grape, those are great.
Yeah. Laylee, thanks for sharing. That's so nice of you.
Thank you literally for sharing. Let's see, Christy says, so is there a point where you could choose some of the specialty flavors for the myCHOW box? So
the surprise will have surprise.
She means like the limited edition.
Here's the thing. We do have an option. Do you want to pull it up and then show it where there's a literal like surprise section in myCHOW?
That isn't. For instance, some flavors are missing. Can I get seasonal or limited edition flavors? You can't.
Unless we decide to put it in that surprise option. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah, so when you go to select your build your own, one of the options is a surprise monthly flavor and a surprise monthly flavor.
So each month we will pick that surprise monthly flavor, and so for January the big bag will be something, the little single bag will be something. So if you get like 5 or something, you'll get that same flavor. We're just going to do one per month, but it's possible we put a seasonal in there. It's possible we put a new flavor in there. We don't know.
It's possible
we
put chocolate.
We're not making any promises. We're just letting you know it's a surprise, and if you want to be surprised with one flavor,
a little surprise,
you're welcome to have a little surprise or a big surprise.
That goes into Danny's question: can you order the savory flavors in the myCHOW box, or will any come in the surprise box? So, because all of the savory flavors are seasonal, they're not available to select in the one you build yourself. In the surprise box, I think
it's possible that we'll put
I think
in
the
there.
one that we just released had some savory flavors in it. Not the big bag,
Yeah, we'll probably
but the
just use that
individual
little one.
packets. There will probably be one or two, probably in each
Occasionally
one.
here or there.
Yeah, until we don't have them.
Yeah, because if their seasonality runs out
Yep.
and we run out, we will be out.
Let's see. Rena says, by the way, eating the bread with butter right now with my dinner, and the texture is marvelous. Sorry, marvelous.
Marvelous.
I've made dozens of loaves, etc., and can taste the difference from the It's Just brand.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad.
Let's see. Stwong says, please bring back the Go Packs.
Now, are you wanting the Go Packs because of the price? Because that's a good question.
Yep. Let's see. Betsy says, thanks for explaining. I knew you'd said it was a better deal, but I'm horrible at math. Okay. Shauna says, walk this way. Talk this way. Beth
Ooh,
Jones
we were
says,
not together.
hello.
Hello, Beth. Hi, how are you?
Well, and also my voice is just all over the place today.
yeah.
Anyway. Let's see. Casey90 says, hi Bears, hope all has been well. I got a wonderful mug with my Keto Chow gingerbread and peanut butter order, and was wondering if I don't want to make mug cakes and then just drink out. Absolutely.
You sure can.
No. Only mug cakes.
You could
are
also put some
allowed.
flowers in it.
I will come to your house.
How could you say such a thing? Of course, you can drink out of it.
Yep. Let's see. GGB says, okay, so there's so their goal weight is 130, not what the BMI chart says per se. Basically, I'm 200. My goal is 175. So 175 grams of protein,
Yeah,
which
that's a lot.
you're gonna be surprised.
It's difficult to get that much because I'm similar
Yep.
to that, and it's hard to get that much protein.
Prioritize protein.
You have to make sure that you're not eating other things so that you're not full, because you will get full on the protein. So eat the protein first and then the other parts of your meal.
Okay, hold on. Amy Berger is here.
Amy, hi.
Hi, Amy. Everybody act good. Okay.
I love
This is
you.
my Keto Chow friends. Hola. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Welcome. Keto Chow, Casey90 says also the gingerbread was amazing. Probably my favorite limited time release in 2 years of using Keto Chow.
Nice. Thank you
I
for
think that
sharing.
one is really good warm.
That has been a fun one. Yeah.
Rich says, I wanted to come here and thank you guys. I lost 55 pounds since September using your
Yay.
products. Addicted to lemon and meringue. Thanks again.
Yay. Thanks, Rich. Thanks for
Ajiman
sharing.
says, how can we get a sample to try it? So we don't have free samples, but you can go on our site, and probably the best place to start
Yes.
is the Essential Starter Kit. So, yeah, that's honestly going to be the best place to
and
start.
it's weirdly,
I don't know what's going on with the site.
we'll fix
It's being
it.
small, but yeah, that's the best place to start.
Fine.
Amy says, in 8 years as a nutritionist, not once have I come across anyone who was eating too much protein.
Yes,
Not
thank you.
once.
Not once. 8 years.
8 years.
So protein is super important.
GGB says, Blue Dove, I wouldn't be mad at 150, but I don't think I'd look healthy at 150. Jerry says, okay, I think I see. The 20 meals is the single packets, which are a little more than the big bags. Yes, quite a bit more, actually. Any thoughts on adding a 21 pack on the myCHOW kit to get one big bag subscription?
That's a good idea.
It's not a bad
We
it's not
will
a bad
note
idea.
that down.
Yeah. My assistant, congrats. Rich Synergy says, I followed a high protein diet many years ago. It was great for fast loss and lean body mass gains. I'll never fear protein, but I still struggle to eat enough.
Yeah.
It is funny how difficult it is to eat that much protein. Let's see. GGB says, I'm just struggling to eat enough. I had no dinner tonight and don't even want Keto Chow ice cream. 95 grams of protein today. Okay. If you aren't hungry, don't feel
eat.
like you need to eat.
Yeah.
But it is important that you try to get as much protein as you can to get your goal.
Well, and if you're trying to get to that goal and you have a little bit of food left, don't eat your keto cookie.
Yeah.
Eat your tuna fish.
Well, it's been said before, when we talk about keto macros, protein is a goal. You are trying to get that amount. That's a minimum. Fat is
The lever.
a maximum, and carbs are, well, fat's not a maximum. Anyway, carbs are a maximum. Okay. Protein's a minimum. Get at least that amount. carbs are a maximum. Don't go over that amount. And then, fat is the thing that you play with to get satiety. Okay, there we go.
We got
We
this.
speak good. Jessica says, if I were to add the Keto Chow egg protein powder to my shake to up the protein, which is a good way to do it,
Which I have done that.
would I add 1 scoop of each for 1 shake, or does that now have to be made into 2 shakes? So
I would try it with a tablespoon
1
first.
or 2 tablespoons of the egg.
Yep, and then so the way I mixed it, I just wanted to see like worst case scenario. So I mixed it with the shaker bottle. Usually we use the blender or the immersion blender, and then we don't get clumps ever. And so I wanted to just shake it and see. And I was surprised it worked really well, and it shook really well. And then I had one the next day, and then one 3 days later, and it didn't taste eggy either. So I think you just need to play with it until you figure out what you like.
Or you can use an egg.
Yeah.
Let's see. Casey says, if I'm doing 23-1 intermittent fasting this month, and did 20 ounces of ground turkey with 2 Keto Chows yesterday in an hour. Talk about feeling your calories.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I actually did 3 Keto Chows. I did 1, waited an hour, did 1, waited an hour, did 1. And that was, whoa. Anyway, Christy says, I'm currently 38 weeks pregnant. Congratulations. Please pray that I go into labor soon. I'm so huge and miserable. I'm still having food sensitivity, so Keto Chows are working great for help, but it needs to be done. Now, legally, I'm required to say Keto Chow is not indicated for use by children, nursing, or pregnant mothers. Please have a good conversation with your doctor. That said, I know a lot of people who use Keto Chow and have had a conversation with their doctor, and their doctor's like, well, yeah, this is way better than the other stuff that people eat. So,
and macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
Christy,
the macaroni and cheese.
Is it a boy or a girl? Do you know?
Or is it a monkey?
No, it's not.
Maya says, I have a Zuppa Toscana recipe that we love too. Is there a Keto Chow one? Not yet, but Jerry has one on Facebook apparently. Brianna says, to it, nutrition. Do you have a book about Alzheimer's? Oh, Brian. Sorry, what did I say?
Brianna.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Brian, your name has been changed. Do you have a book about Alzheimer's prevention with keto?
Prevention?
Well, she has a book called The Alzheimer's Antidote.
Yes, I was gonna say that she has a book about Alzheimer's, and her handle that was just there has the newest book that she wrote, which is amazing.
Keto Without the Crazy?
Yes.
Yep.
I have it. It's great.
Paula wants cherry flavor Keto Chow.
Oh, yay.
Let's see. Lots of people saying happy day to Christy. Kendra says, thanks, Lynette. I got that wrong. That was SAR. Okay. Let's see. Blue says, I've started carrying a sachet of Keto Chow in my purse to show people or give them when they seem interested. Hashtag chow pusher. Yes. That's awesome. Jerry says, good news, guava, grapefruit, and pina colada are back in stock. Yes, they are. That's what it says down here at the bottom. Let's see. Maria says, I want to wait until Friday to order a few flavors. Will pina colada or guava sell out before that? I don't think so. Let's see.
Where is it?
Because they came back in stock for Black Friday. Where's LMNOP?
LMNO pina colada.
There's still good availability of guava grapefruit and pina colada.
Looks like we're probably okay.
Yeah.
Gingerbread may be a different story.
Let's see.
We'll see.
Stwong says, yep, the price of the Go Packs when it was the flavor of the week was my favorite deal. So
That's what I'm saying. It was.
Yeah, we made it be the same price as the regular 10% off for the big bags. So it was by Grapthar's hammer. What a savings.
Yeah.
That's not something that we're going to be doing in the future. The reason why we were doing the Go Packs like that was because we had quite a lot of them that, well, frankly, we had too many of them.
Yeah.
And they were going to be getting closer to their expiration date. And we're like, hey, we
didn't want that to happen.
Rather than doing that, let's sell these in a pack, in a group of 21, but we'll make it the same price. So we were eating a huge markdown.
Profit. And, you know, we had to say COVID, but it was kind of COVID, because we could have given those away at trade shows all 2020 and 2021, but since so many of them were canceled, it kind of changed things for us. So We said COVID didn't affect us too much. It did affect us a little bit.
Rhonda says it's not hard for me to eat enough protein. I'm eating more than enough. Right now I'm sitting at 181 grams of protein, 5.1 carbs, and 98 fat. I lose really good at more than 2 per 1. I'll drop tomorrow. Hey, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Excuse me. Jay Neffer says, can there be a non-subscription one-time order myCHOW version for Build Your Own? You actually, it lets you order the limited edition flavors. Well, so if you do a one-time purchase, it just doesn't give you a discount.
Yeah.
In which case, all you have to do is build an order.
Yeah, so you could just go in and order the limited
Order whatever you
editions by
want.
itself.
Yeah, you can absolutely order it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come with a discount unless you're ordering it as part of a subscription.
Well, let's just visit the reason why. It's not we don't want you to not be able to have the limited edition. The problem is we don't know when they're going to sell out. And so we want to be able to have the subscriptions available for all of the time, and we would hate to have the limited editions sell out, you be subscribed to it, and not be able to get it.
And then your subscription breaks.
And then we're unhappy, you're unhappy.
Well, and it creates,
works out.
it actually creates a lot of problems
Some
for our
problems.
customer service team,
Yeah.
because anytime somebody has a subscription for something and it's not available,
Yeah, then they contact the person.
they have to contact the person, they have to switch stuff. It's very, very difficult.
And we do not want to contact you with bad news. We want
Well,
to
that
have
too, yeah.
happy news.
So that's why the limited edition, and it explains it on the page,
Mm-hmm.
on the FAQs, why we don't have the limited edition or seasonal flavors available as
Yep.
part of that.
And the
But-
limited edition are limited for a reason. They're kind of at a testing phase.
Yep.
We're seeing if you like them. If you like them, we can carry them. And if you don't like
Hey,
them,
that happened
we
with
don't
apple
have to carry
pie.
them. Yeah, it's been amazing. I love apple pie. I want some apple pie right now.
Nope, no apple pie for you.
Please?
Nope, there's actually none in the house right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm absolutely positive.
I'm heartbroken.
Yep. Debbie says, only 53 grams of protein a day. I really need to work on that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Synergy says, it is easiest to increase protein a little at a time over a few weeks. Trying to double it overnight rarely works. And that's a good point.
Yeah, because you're going to be super full.
Speaking of Ryan Printy, he says, hi, guys.
Hi.
GGB says, thanks, guys. I'm doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, so it's all protein all day except 20 ounces of coffee that has Keto Chow and butter in it. I'm hoping today was a fluke.
Oh, man.
Jessica says chocolate cherry would be amazing. Now, you can make that using one of the skinny syrups or one of the other mix-ins
Yep,
and
add
adding
some cherry
that
to it, to chocolate.
Yep, I've been experimenting with cherry and I just keep on coming up with cough drop.
Yeah, it's not awesome. We'll keep
No.
working on it. Someday, maybe.
Let's see. KC90 says, I've been clamoring for chocolate cherry since I was KC Smurf. Aha. There you go. Maybe next month for Valentine's. Just saying, Bears. No, if we made a decision today.
That would
and
be
had-
great for Valentine's Day, though,
Okay.
right?
If I, let me put it a different way. If I already had a workable cherry
We
that
still
tasted
couldn't
amazing,
get it by Valentine's Day.
the earliest I could have
no
it,
way.
if I was like, let's go today, would maybe be June.
Yeah. Oh, the door.
Somebody just slammed the door.
Yeah.
They're eventually going to shake apart the house.
They're going to call me for a ride, too, the ones that are left. Because they said
Christy
they were going
says,
to.
I actually have gestational diabetes, so my doctor is totally on board with my doing keto and Keto Chow, which has helped me stay off meds. That's amazing. We are having a little boy. He is already 8 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
Put a fork in him. He's done.
That's so awesome. I'm so happy.
Let's
so much.
see. Kendra says, the scoop email says Saturday was the 10% for Emma. It's the 7th, isn't it?
You know, what happened was the blog post said Saturday, the 7th. But it's the 7th and it's Friday. So we accidentally had a little mix up on there.
That email is wrong?
The email? I don't know. Did
'Cause
they
she
say
said
it was in the email?
here's the scoop email said Saturday was the 10% for Emma.
It's the 7th.
It's the 7th.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have to go get the kids right now.
Oh, okay. Mike says pina colada in big bags, please. It's awesome.
Hello. Do you need a ride?
Yeah, I need a ride.
Okay.
I'll be
Stephanie
there in a
says,
second. Love
do you get something for referring someone to Keto Chow? That's a very good question. So it's difficult for me to show.
Do you want me to come back?
I'll be done by then. But in the Keto Chow rewards program, there's a link that you can get. You give that to someone else. Make sure you turn it off.
Yeah.
You give that to someone, and if they place an order, it actually gives them, I believe it's 5% off, and gives you a $10 credit that you can then use to place orders. So yes, you absolutely do get something for referring someone to Keto Chow. Let's see. Casey says, I start the day usually with 2 scoops of Dimetized or Isopure and some unsweetened nut milk. Easy 50 grams to start the day. It's too hard to get 150 plus with food alone, at least for me. Ah, there you go. Slow Carb Girl says, you pout better than me, Miriam. GGB says, Hall's Cherry or Luden's Cherry? I'm down with the Luden's, not more like Hall's Cherry. Mike says, find out what flavor they used in Waterloo Black Cherry, and that would make a good Keto Chow cherry flavor. I've actually tried like 5 different cherries. Marie says, I didn't grow up taking cherry flavored medicine. I would be happy to test cherry flavored samples to help find a good one. Casey says, Valentine's Day in June. Chris Bear, yeah, right? GGB says, my youngest was a 36-week preemie at 8.6 pounds, and that's what gestational diabetes does. And mine was diet controlled too. What are one of the kids? Oh, they did? Oh, okay. Well, I'm almost done. So here, you're starting up.
Hello.
Hello. Maria says, I totally forgot about that when I met the young lady at the pharmacy. Ah.
Oh.
Exchange student says Twizzler licorice cherry.
Wow, that would be something, right?
Because Twizzler has strawberry and cherry flavor.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a different flavor.
It is.
But yeah.
That might taste less like a cough drop. Nice one.
Yeah, it might.
Did we already talk about all the things on here?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Casey says, can you describe Irish cream? I'm thinking about trying it and want the details. So, actually, right here at the top, it says, the featured flavor this week is Irish cream, created to taste suspiciously like something called Bailey's. So, Joe and Rachel with 2 Crazy Ketos made the Irish cream flavor. And the whole idea was to make it taste like Bailey's Irish cream. And according to what everybody says, they nailed it. So kind of a coffee flavor with a whiskey note. There you go.
Yep.
But yeah, there's your description. Rana says, I've wondered if you could do sour cherry. Well, see, the problem is the sour.
Sour is a little bit hard.
So in the lemon meringue and the key lime, you'll notice they're not
sour.
Tart, sour. That's because the lower pH causes the protein to curdle if it's included with the powder.
Yeah.
Now you can add true lemon or true lime.
That's what I add to it.
Or just add some citric acid, I guess. And it really amps up the tartness. But having it as part of the mix, it makes it curdle. It's no good. Let's see. We had someone ask, what's the best way to use Keto Chow? Like as a snack, as a meal, once a day, twice a day with a lot of meat for dinner?
So the best way is the way it works for you, right? It is designed to be a meal.
Like with a third of all your nutrients.
Replace a meal. A lot of people do it for breakfast or breakfast and lunch, and then they do dinner with the family. It depends on, what your lifestyle is, what your job is, and what you're needing to accomplish. Sometimes people will do like a 3-day or 7-day reset where they do Keto Chow only for all their meals.
Or they just get really lazy and don't want to cook anything for 3 to 7 days, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yep, so it's a tool that we have for you to use to assist you in your lifestyle.
And don't get us wrong. We will never say that Keto Chow is better than learning how to cook like a steak and eating that.
Real food is always best.
As opposed to the unreal food.
That's dog food.
But it's important to note that Keto Chow is designed as a tool that can replace any meal with a third of your nutrients. That includes a third of your sodium. A lot of people are like, why does it have so much sodium? It's like, well, because you need that much sodium, especially on a ketogenic diet. They never complain about the potassium unless they have heart problems. Okay, so I guess they do complain about the potassium sometimes. No one ever complains about the magnesium
Yeah.
or the vitamin D3 or the vitamin K or the methylated folate or any of the other nutrients we put in there, but they do sometimes complain about the salt. But yeah, Keto Chow, you can use it as a snack. You can not use fat in it if you want to, and it'll mostly be a lot of vitamins and minerals with a good amount of protein.
Yep.
If you're not doing keto, you can use Keto Chow and it just tastes really good, even without the fat.
One thing we do try to point out is the vitamins in Keto Chow are fat soluble. And so if you're not going to use fat, you'll want to eat something that has a little bit of fat in it while you're having your Keto Chow, or put like 10 grams of fat in your shake so that you can absorb those vitamins.
That's correct. So there you go. So what's the best way to use it? All of the above.
Yay!
Let's see. Yeah, Betsy says someone's earlier said it's like butter brickle.
Yes, the Irish cream.
Yeah, and Shauna says that's why I add true lemon and lime to mine. Then it says Irish cream seems like pralines and cream, or even a rich butter brickle. Yeah. Maria says, can I sub cream cheese for the cottage cheese in the apple pie mug cake?
I don't know, because I have not made that recipe yet.
Generally speaking, unless you don't have an ingredient or you are allergic to an ingredient, you have a compelling reason to not use the ingredient specified, you will not get the same results that the recipe creator intends if you make any substitutions.
Yeah.
And there are some exceptions to that, but...
Well, and even today, we made for dinner, what was it called?
Oh, it was the
prawn pepper salad wraps.
Yes.
Okay, so that's in the 14-day Kickstart, which is actually one thing we wanted to go over today too.
Yeah.
So we made the prawn, I already forgot, prawn pepper salad wraps.
Yeah.
And it was really delicious. It called for fresh basil. Guess what I forgot to buy at the store?
Oh, fresh basil.
So I used the, dried basil, which always works just fine, right? I don't think it was as good because the basil, it was a little bit strong. I don't know if I just maybe put too much in, but I wish I would have had the fresh basil because I think it tastes a little bit different to me. And so even though it's the same ingredient, it's not the same ingredient. And so if you want better, you should follow the directions.
So I'm not trying to chastise you. Just be aware.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's what we had for dinner. Now the prawns were mixed in, right?
Yeah.
But and then you and Holly had that for breakfast,
and
right?
it was a great meal day for me. It was so good. We had the turkey mushroom egg bites. Are you sharing?
Yes.
Okay. And 6 of them were a serving. So it wasn't like I got 2 egg bites. Like I got a plate of egg bites and they were delicious. I love eggs though, and turkey and all the things in there. So it was perfect. But you use the egg white powder to make it. And so it was really nice because they did not make a huge eggy mess in the cups. They came out super easy. So I was really impressed with those. I will be making those a lot because I love that type of thing.
The tuna chive mousse was interesting.
Yeah.
It tasted good, but it was like...
It was different because it had gelatin in it.
Yeah.
And then it was blended, so it wasn't like you had chunks of tuna fish.
It was very smooth.
It was really smooth. It was really good. So what Holly and I did was we had a bowl of the tuna chive mousse, and then we also took a PSMF bread and spread it on there and just ate it at open face sandwiches, and they were delicious. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
So it was a great meal day for me. I love it.
Casey Nice says, I like the coffee part of Irish cream, but just don't want something with much of an alcohol-y bite. It doesn't taste alcohol-y.
I don't think it tastes alcohol-y either.
It's buttery. Synergy says, I'll have to try adding lemon juice.
Oh, yeah, you could.
JC Bean says, waiting for my first order. Excited. Starting beef, butter, bacon, and eggs with 2 KrazyKetos. Awesome. Amy says, when you make the egg pudding Keto Chow, Do you use a can of coconut milk or have you tried something else? So the reason why the original recipe, Maria Emmerich's recipe for the egg pudding calls for the coconut milk is because it's a dairy-free recipe.
Just texting the kids, sorry.
Okay. But you can use heavy cream. Miriam always says, we have coconut cream. And I'm like,
know.
I don't know where it is.
I like it with the coconut cream.
See, and I toss in a serving of Keto Chow, and I just put in heavy cream and some water.
And if you, like, I would try to get the one that's in the can. If you buy the coconut milk, like, that's in the like, milk carton, it doesn't have the fat in it like the can does. And so try to find that. You can use it with the coconut milk. It's a little bit higher in sugar, and depending on what your carbs are, it's fine. But I've done it both ways. I've done it with heavy cream, coconut milk, and the coconut milk in the can that has the cream on the top, and I like it all the ways. So.
Sonia says, lazy cook, have to be in the mood. Keto Chow saves me, especially this last few days of TMJ pain.
Oh yeah.
Tanya says, ever think about a non-milk base such as coconut or almond?
We have thought about that.
Someone just started streaming.
Here?
Yeah, it came back, but we were skipping there for a while.
Well, there are kids home now.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not sure what you mean. If you're asking us, if you're talking about Keto Chow or something else, if you could elaborate. Key says, have you ever tried making a tiramisu flavor?
We have tiramisu recipes that are really good, so you should try those. We haven't made a tiramisu flavor, but
nope, we do have caramel macchiato and Irish cream. Sylvia says, hey, y'all from Florida.
Hi, Sylvia.
We're going to be in Florida next week at this time.
Oh, we'll do our live stream from Florida.
We will be doing our live stream from Florida next week.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, 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 indeed. I don't know if we'll like drive over to Joe and Rachel's house and like camp out on their front porch and
use
say,
their live stream.
sorry.
So this is very important. I need to find some Harry Potter nail designs.
Okay.
Because I'm getting my nails done on Monday and we're leaving on Tuesday.
Okay, so Maria says, I only have cream cheese. I'll let you know how it works. And that's why you would try substituting something. Yes.
And the thing is, like, it's wonderful to be able to play and try things. But I think if you do change it, you know that it's changed and you might not like it, and that's okay. But you may not like the recipe in the first place. You don't know. So it's just, it's fun to have that, trial and error period. So
JC Bean says, in the subscription box, the one you can pick yourself, we'll be opening up more flavor options for the large bags. I want to try tomato basil for chili. Unfortunately, the problem with that one is, and this is the short version, that's a seasonal flavor. And so if we have it available in a subscription and then it goes out of stock, which it will, it really messes up the subscriptions. So seasonal flavors like the savory are not available in the build your own box. They are available right now as you can just order them. And they're available in the little packets, which is a really good way to try it out. Let's see. Sheena says, hello, beautiful people. I was sitting in a doctor's live.
Doctor's office.
Yeah.
So sorry, she's late to the live.
Okay. Brenda says, what is the flavor of the week? So the featured flavor this week is Irish cream. But because we now have the myCHOW with the one you can build yourself, which is 15% off, or the surprise, which is 20% off, which is higher than the discount that was on the flavor of the week. We're no longer doing a flavor of the week that's on a sale.
That's a sale.
But we are featuring a particular flavor. And in this case, it's the Irish cream. So there you go. Amy says, Chris, are you going to post your family workouts this year? So Miriam has been doing the Bronson workouts.
I've been doing it. Sam did it with me a couple days.
I have been wallowing in freakish misery, coughing up a lung, getting out all of the stuff that I built up when I had an upper respiratory.
Cold.
I had a man cold. And I've been cleaning it up, and I think I might actually feel well enough to lift weights. The problem is I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, I can barely breathe because there's
Yeah.
so much junk in my throat.
But in a couple of days, he'll feel all better, and then he'll be fine and get working out again. And we're not going to record because I'm just doing it by myself. The kids have a weird schedule this year. The ones who like to work out the most are at school before I get home from my walk, and I'm not going to change my routine that I already have. I'm just adding to it. Because I don't want to stop walking. So we get up, we do our like little scripture devotion time. Then I go for a walk for half an hour, 45 minutes. And then I come back and then I'll do my workout. And that's when the kids, high school kids, all leave.
Yep.
So I'm sad I don't get to work out with them, but it's all right.
Yep. Sheena had a good question. She said, are these the Keto Chow recipe cards? No, what we were showing is if you go back to the Keto Chow homepage, it has this 14-day Kickstart.
Oh, yes.
And you can sign up. There it is. And it will send you this PDF.
Yep, and so that's what I've been doing. I started on the 1st, and you can start any day. You can pick up anytime you want. And even if you don't do it, you should download it because it does have really good recipes. And we have recipes by Carrie Brown. So last year when we did it, we have some from Taffy.
Yeah, mostly just Taffy.
Elrod, and they're both real chefs, right? And they're amazing. All the recipes are just amazing. But it's fun to have Carrie Brown here this year because she's had some different things, like the tuna mousse that I had today for lunch. Like that was so different, and it's just been really fun. And I've also been making the meals for our kids for dinner. And so we've had more variety than normal, and it's just been really fun to try something different. And so I really enjoy it. So you should definitely download it to get those recipes for sure. And then the workouts from Bronson are just those little pictures, but they're also links to videos where he goes through every single movement and explains how to do it, how to make an adaptation. It's so great. And I like them because they're simple enough that they could be harder. You could do like one set and it's not as difficult, and you can adapt everything you want. So I actually really have enjoyed this workout series that he created for us.
I will not be eating that tomorrow.
I know. Which I wish I would have looked at tomorrow because I would have bought more shrimp because I didn't.
Oh, don't we have some? I bought a bunch. I think there's some in the freezer.
Do you know our daughter Ruth?
Yeah, she's a bit of a fiend.
She likes shrimp. We have given her shrimp for Christmas a couple of times. What do you want for Christmas? Shrimp?
Luke says I'm way late, but hey.
I'm glad you're here, Luke.
Dennis says consider sardines replacing tuna in that tuna. Chives mousse. Ronna says was listening to live this morning while working. I cleaned my Ninja top with my finger like people did back in the day with a cake batter bowl.
Nice.
Let's see. Sheena loves coconut cream.
Me too.
The
Yummy.
1x1, the mixed drinks coconut milk cream. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Dennis says sardines remain an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stephanie says, will you come out with a keto chow with a different protein than milk? Or is it okay for those who are lactose intolerant? Okay, so.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. We found that for the most part, people who are lactose intolerant are able to handle the small amount of lactose that is in keto chow. There are people who are allergic to the protein, the dairy protein. Now we do have the 3 savory flavors. Actually, the beef soup base is just unflavored keto chow that happens to be made with beef protein instead. And you can add other flavors to it. Like you could totally add chocolate or just all sorts of stuff to it. It just doesn't have any sweetener and it doesn't have any flavoring in it. I am looking into other ones. The problem is the milk protein, it tastes absolutely amazing.
It mixes really well.
And it has this
too.
amazing mouthfeel.
Texture.
So if and when we come out with something that doesn't have the milk protein,
It'll be a different beast.
there's going to be this huge caveat that we're probably going to run into a problem that people are going to think it's as good as the other stuff that we make.
It'll just be different.
It'll be something different.
If the time comes.
Yep. But it is something I'm looking into.
Yep. Thank you for asking that. Oh, also, just one more note on that. If you are allergic to the milk protein, a lot of people we have found can take the lactate pills. If you don't want to take them,
Oh, that's lactose intolerant. You mean?
yeah, for if you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah, you said allergic to the milk protein. Sorry.
If you have a problem with milk and lactose pills
Yes.
will help, then that might help.
Yep.
If you have a problem,
Marie says
solve it.
Irish cream is a great one to turn into butterscotch with some Lily's butterscotch chips.
Yes.
Brenda says love keto chow to my coffee. Bessie says I'm confused. What's keto chow pudding? So there's several different keto chow puddings I know.
We have a lot of different recipes.
Number one,
of
if
pudding.
you go on our recipe site,
The easiest way to make keto chow pudding is to use heavy cream and the powder with no water and just mix it with an immersion blender.
Yeah.
It's like
You basically
a cup and a
whip it.
half and you just whip it and it gets into pudding. That's like that green one right there. That keto strawberry chai pudding is
Chia.
real. Yeah.
sorry,
Chia.
I just wanted to be specific.
Pudding. No, it's fine. Usually I correct you, so no problem.
Yep.
It's really good. I like it a lot.
Yep. So that's one way you can use one of those recipes. You can also add 3 teaspoons of bloomed gelatin to keto chow, which turns it into that almost turns it into a jello.
Yeah.
You can also, Serious Keto has a recipe where he used tarragon to make it into a pudding.
Yep.
You can also make Maria Emmerich's
Egg pudding.
egg pudding, which you can either use hard-boiled eggs or you can use scrambled eggs, which is what I prefer to do. It's a lot less cleanup.
Yep.
And add a
It adds
scoop of
keto
keto
chow.
chow instead of the
And that
cocoa
one,
powder.
since it has the protein, the extra protein in it, it really is
You can-
filling.
oh,
So
yeah.
it's, I mean, there's so many options. It's really fun. You could play with it a lot.
GGB says, kids came in, I missed, is the tuna mousse in the 14-day recipes? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Jessica says, would peanut butter and jelly keto chow be too weird as a flavor?
I think
Joe
so.
from KrazyKetos has been campaigning
For like a year.
for that as a flavor for quite a while.
What the heck, Joe? Yeah, I think it just sounds gross, but it's okay. Everybody can have a different opinion than me.
Lorraine says, good evening, y'all. I'm making my first mug cake gingerbread in my air fryer.
Nice.
GGB says, oh man, Joe, Rachel, Miriam, Chris, mega stream. That might tear a hole in the space continuum.
Yeah.
Last time we did that,
We did that
their
and had so
internet
many
went
problems.
down 3 times in rapid succession.
Oh well. It just happens.
Yep. JC Bean says, awesome, so I need to order a bag ASAP. Yeah, well, I would get one of the little packets first and see if you like it. Sheena says, awesome. Is it difficult, Miriam, the workout?
Tomorrow's going to be difficult because, like I said, it has 20 burpees. It has 20 lunges, has push-ups. I think, and the thing is, it's only like 5 movements, but you do them, like you do a certain amount of them, and then you do them for 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
So depending on how
It's a
quickly
timed.
depending on how quickly you can go through it, it can be quite intense. Whereas the first day, I literally did the warm-up, which is also 5 movements, and then the next 5 movements, and then I was done, and I didn't do a time, and it felt like nothing. I
Well, that's
didn't
the nice
feel
thing
like I was
about
doing
doing the
anything
time
hard.
thing is it adjusts to your ability
Yeah.
to do stuff. So if you aren't very mobile, hey, maybe you might only get through a couple. Mm-hmm. Or if you are more mobile, you might get through a lot more. And so it's very adaptive to different situations.
Well, and different things that you can move. So, for instance, one of the movements is called hollow rock, and you're going like this, and it's like you're doing a V, right? I stink at those, super stink, right? But if I'm timing the hollow rock for this and so many a time, like for 2 minutes or whatever, I know I'm not going to be able to do very many. I just know I'm not, because it's really hard for me, and I'm okay with that. But I know I can say to myself, okay, well, I could do 5. Like, I could just do 5 in this amount of time. Like, and then I'm going to push myself to try to make sure I get that 5. And then maybe the next time I do it, I'm going to try to do 6. And I know I'm timing myself, so I'm like, I'm not going to cheat, because I just have to keep doing it until the timer goes off. And if I have to do them slower, and if I have to do like my legs or my arms, like I really can give myself some grace and say, you know what, but I kill it on the lunges.
Sorry.
And I'm okay, because I don't do the hollow rocks very good. That's 2 minutes of something I can do a little bit, but I'm going to work hard to try it. But then I'm going to do good on the lunges because lunges aren't that hard for me. So it's great that you can do the time, and it's great that you're kind of timing each one, or you do it for 15 minutes and then you do this many for the whole 15-minute time period. So you can really adapt it to however works best for you.
Lady Smith says, hi from Western Wisconsin. I'm waiting for my first
Oh,
order.
I'm
We've
so
been
glad
to
you're
Western
here.
Wisconsin.
Yes, it was pretty there.
We went to, was it
Where was it?
Hubbard? No.
No, I don't remember.
It starts with an H.
What is the first flavor you're going to try, Lady Smith?
Exchange student says, thumbs up, people. I gave it because man cold made me smile. I totally had a man cold. The problem was I had a man cold, but I wasn't able to just go down because there was too much stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, New Year's happened, and we got in a big fight.
We didn't get in a big fight. It was, okay, big fight for us or big fight for other people? Big fight for us is we have a slight disagreement.
I didn't get to kiss him at midnight. It was the worst day ever.
The worst thing you can have is unmet expectations that were not expressed to the other person.
Right. Oh, every New Year. It's not like a new thing.
Whereas I had said, I am sick. I am going
And I'm like,
to bed.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you really meant it.
Like, I really meant it.
I just want to kiss at midnight. That's all I want.
I took one of those
Stop being
Costco
sick.
sleep
It's so
aids that I
lame.
snapped in half, and I was out.
It was
8.5 hours sleep.
It's fine.
Anyway, Shauna says, I love your daughter, Riv. So do we. She says, shrimp is an awesome
Right?
gift. Vic says, I love sardines. They make a good protein snack.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they
I
do.
don't know if I've even still tried those.
I like kippered snacks as
Mm.
a good protein snack.
Mm-hmm.
Sheena says, oh, cool, beef protein. I can think of a million things for that.
Yeah.
Sheena says, is the milk A2 milk? Here's the problem with A2 milk.
Okay, first say what A2 milk
Okay.
is.
There is a company in Australia who genetically engineered their cows to produce casein protein that is different from other protein. And people who are allergic to milk generally don't have a problem with A2.
Okay.
The only way to get A2 milk really right now is it has to come from Australia.
Oh, and we
It's the
can't
only
get
way to
stuff
get
from
it.
Australia right now.
That said, if you can eat cheese and you don't have a problem with cheese, you don't have a problem with A1 casein. And I'm a little bit funny about the whole A2 thing because I don't think it's as big of a deal as this company that is selling A2 milk has made it out to be. But I don't know.
But we're also not having problems with milk, and so we don't really know.
I know, and so it's not a problem that I see, and so I don't.
So
it's not
then
a big
it's a
deal
problem
for me.
he doesn't see.
Yeah. So, and people who are lactose intolerant, it doesn't matter if it's A1 or A2, they still have a problem with the lactose. This
Yeah.
is the protein, the casein protein on A2 milk is just different enough that people who have dairy
Intolerances?
allergies
Yeah.
will often not have problems with A2. But again, if you don't have a problem with cheese, you probably don't have a problem with Keto Chow. So there you go.
There you go.
Shauna says, don't go changing your milk protein. Okay. She says, I always wished I was lactose intolerant my whole life. Is but me. Okay. Oh, lactose intolerant. My whole family is but me.
Oh,
no.
wow.
Enjoy not being
Yeah,
lactose intolerant.
Don't want that.
She says, you guys are a match made in heaven.
Thank you.
Let's see. We got a spammer.
We'll block that person.
Block that person and put them in the block list.
Time out.
Okay. Sheena says, I love high protein. Amy says, someone
too.
correct me if I'm wrong. It's made with scrambled eggs, but Chris is explaining. Yeah, so that's Maria's recipe. Is
You can
originally
make it with
you
scrambled eggs or boiled eggs.
Yeah. I use scrambled eggs because when I make it, I make a batch, run it through the food processor or the blender, then I make another batch, and then I make another batch.
Yep.
To make 3 batches using boiled eggs, no.
See, I would be willing to do that because I have a Ruth who peels the boiled eggs, and I don't want to wash the pan.
It takes me 3 minutes to wash the pan, and it takes like 20 minutes to peel that many. Well, it's 30 eggs.
No, but I have a Ruth. And she just stands there and peels eggs, and she's so delightful. So I'm okay with it.
Also, and this is one thing that Joe pointed out in their most recent Two Crazy Ketos video of what they ate for Christmas, I think it was.
Okay.
When you make it with the scrambled eggs, there isn't that sulfurous smell.
Yeah.
Like you can mix it up and eat it hot, like right away, and you don't get that sulfurous smell, which you do get generally with the boiled eggs.
But you know what? I got a new frying pan. The eggs
you
aren't
even
going to
used
stick
that
to.
yet?
Have we made eggs since Christmas?
No.
Nope.
Well, we have, and I used the Blackstone.
Oh yeah.
Shauna says, "Oh, I bet I could eat a mud cake with my jaw."
Yeah.
Rhonda says, "I've ordered gingerbread twice so far. How do you decide to make a flavor larger bags?" Excuse
We
me.
have to wait till it sells out, and then we can look at the sales over time.
Casey Smurf says, "I just ordered a chocolate mint bag and 4 Irish creams. Can't wait for the Irish cream." Marie says, "Yeah, added peanut butter powder to strawberry. That's a good way to make the peanut butter and jelly."
Yeah.
Let's see. Casey Knight says, "Gingerbread is so good. I'm hoarding my last packet, maybe till spring."
Oh man, yeah.
Let's see. Juju B says, "Maria, I have strawberry, some good jam, and keto just roasted nuts, peanut butter. I know what I'll be making when BBB and Keto Chow is over."
Yumma.
Dennis says, "Careful of Miriam Bear's timeout. Sounds like too close." Rita says, "Will you keep those exercises on the site after the 14 days are over?" Yeah, the 14-day reset thing is going to be on there still. Lady Smith says, "Yeah, the lemon. Love anything lemon. That's what she's going to start out with."
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Yay.
Shauna says, "But Miriam, you didn't want to catch a man cold."
I don't
Because then
catch man colds.
I'd ring my bell and you'd have to come and pet my head.
Poor little bunny.
Poor little bunny.
Your hair looks cute, by the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I've got a good hairdresser.
Yeah.
Sheena says, "Yeah, cow has to have genetics. A few farms have it, but it's more expensive." Yeah, they may have it in the U.S. It's just last time I looked into A2 milk, and you will, if something is A2 milk, you will know it.
Is it a different flavor?
No, what I mean is,
they're going to shout it to the skies.
like, you will know it's A2 milk.
Well, I'm sure it's more expensive.
Yeah, and
True.
the question actually came up it was like 2 years ago. Someone said, "Hey, are you using A1 milk or A2 milk?" And I'm like,
Okay.
let me double check. And I wasn't able to get a clear answer from our suppliers, which means it's A1 milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike says, "I'm with Chris on this. I did it with scrambled eggs once, and I was sold."
I just think it's great no matter how it's prepared.
JC Bean says, "Scrambled for
like
less
to eat
smell
it.
is the winner for this girl." Yeah, it's true. And honestly, it is so much easier because you just crack a bunch of eggs into a pan. And you don't even have to hard scramble them. You can do a soft scramble, pour them right into the blender. Put in all your other ingredients, blend it up. It'll come out like
Hot.
smoking.
Yeah.
And then pour it into your little containers and eat some hot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's yummy.
All right, we've been going on for an hour and a half.
Now we're all wanting some egg pudding.
Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us. Yeah,
Don't
it was a
forget
fun time.
to check out the blog post about Travis's fundraiser and donate if you can, and make sure you exercise or do some kind of movement on Friday.
Yep.
If you can share it on a story, we would love to reshare it.
Share it on any of the social or anti-social medias that you wish.
Hashtag tough like Emma, strong like D.
Yep. Okay.
We
Bye,
really
guys.
appreciate you. Have a good day.